Okay, guys. Hi, I am back for Thursday's language lesson. And remember, I had you go into Google Classroom and put what you knew about Sir Isaac Newton. Oh, I gave a little bit away. And what you wanted to learn more about Sir Isaac Newton. So let me show you what I came up with, and we'll go from there. Sometimes the sharing is a little bit slow. Okay, so this is today's lesson, but I want to go back to yesterday's lesson and what I already know. He was called Sir Isaac Newton. I don't know why, so we're going to find out about that. And he has something to do with gravity. That's what I already know. Okay, what would I like to know? Was he married? Where did he go to school? Did he have children? Did he know God? Those are some questions that I would like to know about Mr. Sir Isaac Newton. So today we're going to be on page 217, planning, taking notes today. Let's see what Spencer did when he was writing about Charles Wesley, and then we can use what he did to kind of emulate into our research paper. So Spencer's teacher told him to look for the following information about the person he had chosen as his topic. We had childhood, education, marriage and family, salvation experience, and accomplishments. After Spencer had chosen Charles Wesley as his topic, he began reading about him in several different sources. I am going to post these, or have already posted these, on Google Classroom, and I want you guys, these are some of the articles. Now, can you use your own articles? Of course. But these are some 3 articles that I found. We have Duxter's education site, Biography for Kids, Isaac Newton. I have Isaac Newton's life, and which is kind of a little bit advanced, but we can pick out some good things from there. And I have the biography of Isaac Newton. He was born in 1643 and he died in 1727. So let's see what Spencer did with Charles Wesley. Look here on the side. It says, here's the encyclopedia entry for Charles Wesley that Spencer found. Notice some of the cards Spencer used to write notes about his article. At the top of each card, he wrote the main point that the information told about. Notice that at the bottom of each card, he wrote the title and page number of the source where he found the information. Because this source was an encyclopedia in a set with many volumes, he also wrote the volume number. Now, we're going to do ours a little bit differently, but we're going to still kind of follow the same process. So let's see the article, the encyclopedia article that he found for Charles Wesley. 1707 to 1788. An English clergyman and hymn writer who, with his brother John, founded the Methodist denomination. Born in Epworth, Lincolnshire, Wesley attended Oxford University, where he formed a group who pursued spiritual and academic discipline and gained the nickname Methodists. Wesley was involved in missionary and preaching efforts in North America and Great Britain. Following his marriage in 1749, he settled in London. He was the primary contributor to the Methodist collection of hymns, published in 1780. He is thought to have written over 6,500 hymns. Among the most well-known of these are And Can It Be?, Christ is the Lord is Risen Today, Oh, for 1,000 Tongues to Sing, and Hark the Herald Angels Sing. He is buried in the churchyards of Marylebone Parish Church, London. Okay, so let's look here at the bottom. Now, I'm not going to make it a mandatory requirement that you guys use note cards, but I want you have a spiral notebook, and I want you to keep a spiral notebook of everything that we're doing in this process, okay? If you want to make it to where on your notebook page, like here's your notebook page, right? If you look at the screen right here, if you want to make it like this, and if you want to draw little cards, you can. If you have note cards, definitely use them, okay? Because we have to keep organized while we're doing this. But let's look at the cards that he had. One of his cards was accomplishments. And he said that he was a preacher and missionary. He wrote 6,500 hymns, and he founded Methodism with his brother John. He got this information from Hartford's Encyclopedia, volume 20, page 223. Super important that you cite where you got this from. We're going to have 3 different articles, and we can say Article 1, Article 2, Article 3. Then when we go back, we'll know which articles they are when we do the bibliography. Don't worry if you're confused. We're going to do this together. Okay, his childhood, he was born in 1707. He was born in Epworth, Lincolnshire, England. And they got this information from Hertford Encyclopedia, same article, volume 20, page 223. It's important we know what page and where we got our information, because everything we use, every information we use, we have to go back and cite it. If we don't cite it, C-I-T-E, cite, the information, it's called plagiarism, and we don't want to take someone else's words and use them as our own, because that's just not a good practice to follow. So let's turn the page to page 218. And it says you will need to use at least 3 sources of information. Well, that's good. I have 3 articles. And as we go, I might find some more for us. Here are some sources you could use to find information. Encyclopedia, which ours will be online, but that's okay. Nonfiction books, magazine articles, and the internet. It is important to write down all the information you know. This is super important. To write down all the information you know about each source on the paper the teacher gives you, or the spiral that you'll be writing in. You will need this information for your bibliography. Fill in the circle next to the item that does not belong on each of Spencer's note cards. Okay, so let's look here. For this note card, we have his marriage and family. We have 3 choices here. Married Sarah Gwynn, called her Sally, often preached in Northern England, and 3 children lived to be adults. Does that have, which one of those has nothing to do with his marriage and family? If you said number 2, you are correct, because married and marriage go hand in hand, right? Hopefully. And then 3 children are his family. It's good. And then they have their information. Our Heritage of Hymns, page 45. That's the name of the book and what page it's from. Let's look at our next card. See if you can do the next card on your own. Pause and see if you can do it. Okay, so we have education. Attended Oxford University, started a student organization called the Holy Club, and son Samuel was a musician. Which one of those has nothing to do with his education? Great, if you said the third one, excellent. Now they got this information from a website. And I will give you guys the information of what website we're going to be using. We're going to use 3 different websites for this. Oh, let's look at our assignment for today. Begin locating and reading information about your topic. As you read, take notes on separate note cards or on separate sheets of paper. Remembering to record the title of the source and the page number. Include the internet address for any online source, and that's what we're going to be using. Internet address for online sources. So, your assignment today, I'm going to write it down here. Your assignment is to read the highlighted portions of the 3 articles in Google Classroom, capital G, capital C. That's our abbreviation for Google Classroom. You're going to read those highlighted portions. Then what I want you to do is take notes. Take notes of the portions. So you're going to take notes of, I'm going to write it here. We're going to take notes of, which ones did we say we were going to have? We have childhood, education, marriage, and family. Let's write it here. I'm going to come write it down here. Of childhood. Take 1 to 2 notes, not children. Childhood, education, marriage and family, okay, what's for our last 2? Our last 2 are salvation experience and accomplishments. Salvation experience, and the last one's accomplishments. Okay, so what you're going to do, I'm going to tell you again. You're going to go into Google Classroom. You're going to try, if you can, to print out those articles. If you cannot, it's okay. I want you to read the highlighted portions of those 3 articles. Some of them might have the whole thing highlighted. That's okay. And you're going to take notes of the 5 areas. So you may want to have 5 different papers in your spiral notebook. Title them. One's childhood, one's education, one is marriage and family, one is salvation experience, and one is accomplishments. Okay, make sure, like I'm going to say biographies for kids by Duxter's is article number 1. So if you find information about his childhood in there, you would say the information that you found, and then you could just put number 1 next to it, because number 1 is going to be the first article that we're going to be using. You don't have to write the name of the article every single time. I'll number the articles for you, okay? So if you're confused, just read the articles. You're going to write 1 to 2 pieces of information for childhood, for education, for marriage and families, for salvation experience, and for accomplishments. So if this is your spiral notebook, okay, you're going to have 5 different pages. Don't worry, you're not going to fill up every single page. Some of you might, because some of you guys are just natural writers, and this is where you thrive, and this is what you like to do. Some of you guys, it's okay. Some of you don't like to write as much, but guess what? We're going to do this together so you don't have to worry, okay? So you're going to title one of them childhood. Then the next page, you're going to title education. The next page, you're going to title marriage and family. I am not making you do note cards, so this is going to take the place of our note cards, okay? And then salvation experience on the next page. And last but not least, accomplishments. If you want to do more than 1 to 2, that's totally fine. When we come back, actually when we meet tomorrow on Friday, we'll talk about these things. We'll get together a group of ideas, and then starting on Monday, we will start writing. Let's see. We're going to be doing, Monday we're going to be, writing an outline, and we'll do that together on Monday. Okay, guys. So I will see you tomorrow at 11:30, I believe it is. If it's not 11:30, I'll come back to you on it. But for our mandatory language review class tomorrow on Zoom. See you later. Bye.